Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode here of the Content Creators University. I am your humble servant, JP. For those of you who do not know me, I want to welcome you to the show, right? We do this every single week. What this is all about? Well, this is a place where we connect, where we bring one of the best minds in the content creation ecosystem, and they come here on this platform to share knowledge with us. That's what it's all about, right? Increasing knowledge. And our motto here is create, impact, innovate, right? Earlier, you saw a little sneak peek of a replay of something. It's called Creators Unleashed. For those of you who do not know, that was our previous conference. That was the Act 1 with phenomenal things. If you want to catch that replay, it is available today. All you have to do is go to the website, jphightek.com/CCU replay. Go ahead and get it. There's so much. It was a 2-day event. There's so much packed into that. If you are a creator, and we looked into that, what is a creator? Well, a creator, if you don't know that, is anybody that brings something into existence. So are you somebody bringing something, anything into existence? Business, new endeavor, you name it. Are you bringing that to existence? Then you are a creator. And the things you need to understand is how to do business in a world, quote unquote, post-pandemic, right? Well, there's a lot to unpack into that. So I really enjoyed that conference, and the value that all the speakers brought onto the table, just mind blowing. Go ahead and get your replay. Go ahead and do that, right? For the folks that do not know me, I am a software developer, branding expert, and I am a graphic designer as well. What I do is I help businesses, entities, companies elevate their value proposition with a strong brand, right? A brand that actually sell. So if you want to work with JP, you know what to do. Just go to my website, jphightek.com. Now, today we have an amazing guest backstage, and we're talking about something that is vital. I repeat, vital if you own a business. And again, if you're wondering if you're a business owner, well, if you're doing anything to service anybody, you own a business, whether it's for traditional monetary or other type of a good or value exchange, you own a business. Now, here's the deal. The world has changed, and there are certain things that we need to understand in order to quickly grow our business, right? That's what we're going to be talking about today, the power of networking. But before we do any of that, I want to go ahead and thank all our viewers that are connecting with us live every single week, and also our sponsors. You saw Charles Jackson Media, one of our sponsors on the platform. If you're all about building a high quality studio, which microphone, which lens, which lighting, which setup, all those things that matter. Again, in the world, quote unquote, post-pandemic, you need to understand you only have one chance, one opportunity to make an impact. And if you miss that, it will be hard for you to get back onto that same stage. So it is vital that you connect with the right people. That's why I'm so excited about today's conversation. So go ahead and connect with our sponsor, Charles Jackson Media. The website is charlesjackson.media if you want to learn more. And also we have other sponsors that are here. I'm about to go ahead and run some ad, and we'll be talking about who will be next in the Content Creators University, who will be with us tomorrow and next week. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, we're about to talk about who will be next in the Content Creators University, as you see right here. But real quick, that commercial you saw, that was from RT and Streams. If you're wondering what is that about, well, RT and Streams is what I am personally using right now. So I have my Ecamm software, which is my encoder that I'm using to broadcast this out to you on YouTube and Facebook. However, this is not just broadcasted there, it's also broadcasted on my website, and also I have my Roku TV application and my Fire TV application. So shout out to anybody, all of you guys that are watching us every single week on Roku and on Fire TV. Thank you for connecting. And also thank you for those that are right here on YouTube in the comment section. Now, here's the deal, folks. I am using RT and Stream solution in order to decode this and have those platforms. So if you are wondering, you want to have your own custom Roku TV application without having to pay $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to anybody, well, guess what? You want to go in and visit rtnstreams.com, right? Vital things that you have to do in order to elevate, because if you think about it, being on TV opens a complete different opportunity to you in your business and the SEO value there that you're getting, well, another topic for another day, right? So again, rtnstreams.com, or if you're just looking for a high quality overlays, just like the one I have right here, they're offering some free ones. Go ahead and get yourself some free overlays, elevate your visuals. Very, very crucial. Now, as you can see, Dr. Elo will be with us tomorrow right here. We'll be talking about how to use broadcasting software to produce podcasts. A broadcasting software, right? Something that's traditionally used to do different type of broadcasts. Now you can use it and how to do that. That's what we'll be talking about tomorrow here. And also next week, we're going to have Kelly, actually, Mirabella. She'll be with us on the 28th next week. You want to be here because we'll be talking about something you will love. You want to know what it is? Well, show up or go to my channel, which is youtube.com/JP Hightek Reviews. There's a lot of things that we are bringing to the table. And my motto is what? What I say every week is the day you stop learning, you stop growing. So what we do here is we want to learn every single week so that we never stop growing, because the tech industry is always evolving. There's always something new, always something we need to figure out, always an update, something that we need to make sure we understand the new ways of doing things. You can be the smartest person in the room in 2020, in 2021, if you did not follow, if you did not get in check, if you did not elevate your knowledge, you wouldn't be anymore. If you want to stay relatable, you need to learn the things that are going to make you relatable. All right. It's not me, the speaker today. We have somebody powerful behind stage, and I'm excited to bring her on board. So I want to ask you to be ready. Are you ready? Well, let me go ahead and welcome our guest today, TaJuanna. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, JP. It's a pleasure to be here with you and your community. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I was just like partying backstage the whole time, just ready, ready.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I am so excited and honored that you've taken the time to be our professor today. And that's who you are today. We're about to learn from you. I am going to learn from you. All our viewers and listeners are going to learn from you, because we're talking about something that, regardless of the industry you're in, right, you should care about, is the power of networking, right? And that's what we're doing here, folks. How you need to network like a pro. And she's here today. Before we even start anything, I want to go ahead and ask you to please take a minute, introduce yourself to the folks that do not know you, and let's get started.
Thank you. Well, as you can see, probably, I am a mom of one. So I absolutely enjoy saying that, yes, I am a mompreneur. And Bootstrap Dreams is the company that I have been blessed to found, to serve people through. And I like to tell people, well, it started by turning my own suffering into service. What is it about, TaJuanna? Glad you asked. It's about helping people show up with confidence, make profitable decisions, and hire virtual assistants to grow and scale their businesses, because I believe do it yourself does not necessarily mean do it alone. And that, folks, is how you can get more accomplished. And we'll talk about more of that in detail, I'm sure, right, JP?
Yes, ma'am. Fantastic. Yeah, do it yourself does not mean do it alone. And that is a perfect segue to my first question of what we're talking about today. First of all,
Right.
let's break it down for the folks, right? Why is it, right? Why is it, in your humble opinion, that networking, not just as a business owner or anybody, right? Why is it that is so important, especially today, to understand the value of networking? In your humble opinion, why should we care?
In my humble opinion, we should care because people are some of our greatest assets of life. We were created to do life in community, right? Not
Mm-hmm.
just romantically. People think about people and they automatically start thinking about relationships of all kinds. Not just romantically, professionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spiritually, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mentally, emotionally. Like, have a counsel in your
Right.
life. Have different people that you can go to for different things, because no one person, human, can give you
Mm-hmm.
everything, right? It's your
Right.
responsibility to seek out and to find what you need. And as you make the decision to take the next step, The resources that you need, the assets that you need, the insight that you need will come to you. It will be responsive. It's like a magnet, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
magnetized by the choices that you make. So, in my humble opinion, people help us, help us live out the lives that we were called to pursue. They help us live out the service that we innately are able to deliver, whether we went to professional training or
Mm-hmm.
not. There is something about you that people know they can rely on you to do because you just do it and nobody can do it quite like you. That's a gift. And then we take the steps to formalities to really hone it, to sharpen it, to better ourselves through it so that we can enhance how we show up for others. So, net, right?
Oh my God. I mean, this is amazing. This is the first at the gate response we're getting, folks. This is why I was excited about this show. Have you heard what she said? I mean, I'm here taking note. I mean, yo, she just touched on purpose. She just touched on vision. She just touched on foundation. I mean, this is amazing. Understanding your identity. And today, what is the number one thing we're dealing with is identity crisis, right?
Identity.
And
Whew.
this is so true because you cannot network with other people unless you know who you are.
Come on,
It
JP.
is literally
Listen,
impossible for a person to reach out to another person to do anything else with that person unless you are standing on a solid foundation about who your identity is, who I am, what do I
yes,
believe in, what do I
yes.
stand in.
Hmm.
And then I'm bringing a value proposition to you and I want you to connect with me because if I don't
Right.
know who I am,
Right.
how can I lead anybody else? So, yo, this is amazing. I want to thank you for this. I want to thank
Thank
you for this
you.
because this, I humbly believe, can either make or
Yep.
break
Yep.
anything we do as a people,
Hmm. That's right.
right?
That's right.
And you, one thing that I love about you is that you're not just in the people business, you're in the people building business.
People building business.
Those are two
Because you
different
know,
things because
community and audience are not synonymous.
now, for the folks that didn't get it, I want you to repeat that and explain, please.
Community and audience are not synonymous. All right. Audience, so social media, virtual world, following,
Hmm.
following, following, build it up, have the most. You could have thousands upon thousands, if not millions of people, and not a single one take a next step with you because they're just in your audience. But you can have
Hmm.
a community of 100 and have a good 32 of them be actively pursuing and paying customers because they have a relationship with you, right? So audience is not a bad thing. It's not about being bad, good and bad. It's about
Hmm.
knowing the function of them so that when you put forth your time and efforts, you can manage reasonable expectations and see the quality of the results, see the impact of the
Hmm.
result that you're making and the
Hmm.
result that they're getting from the efforts that you are delivering. So quality, so when we say audience and community are not synonymous, just like management and leadership are not synonymous.
Very true. Very true. I know, there's some folks in the comment section will be like, okay, JP, you said business rapid growth with networking.
Right?
I thought we were going to talk
Mm-hmm.
about business. I thought we were going to
Yeah.
talk about networking. Here you're talking
Yeah.
about community. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
come on. Now, and as a business owner, somebody will be like, okay, I own a business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking to get customers. Before we even talk about
Yeah.
how to network and how to connect, let's talk about this. I have a business. I'm just looking to get customers.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that I have to be networking when all I care about is for clients and people to come buy my product? TaJuanna, please explain to us.
Oh, well, if you are wanting clients and people to convert to your time, to your voice, to your product, you must care about them. Otherwise, why should they care about you? Because your message won't hit with them. You'll be talking, but where will it land? And I say this because I know this myself. This is something that I also had to learn specifically in the virtual world, right? After over 15 years of being a project management professional, serving as an enterprise project consultant in a
Mm-hmm.
traditional setting, small business and state government, I could show up in a room and present just about anything so long as it was morally well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
then online, well, I had to figure out how to do that in a way that caught people's attention, if you will, online, because you can't just show up and just be talking. Our customers are everywhere, but not everyone is our customer. So, whom exactly are you speaking to? And by you sharing a bit about yourself, by you making it relatable, by you getting into some elements of specificity, the person
Mm-hmm.
who's meant to hear your voice, hear your message will say, "Oh, wait a minute. He's talking to me. She's talking to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
know they don't know me. They might not even know I'm listening, but what they said resonated with me. That I need to check out some more of their information. Where can I go for next steps? Okay, here's the link." It becomes obvious to them because what you said wasn't just about you, it was about the transformation that you're bringing to them that they otherwise could not get on their own. That's the
Yep.
value you bring. That's the
Yep.
essence of serving, right? It's bringing people the transformation that they could not otherwise achieve on their own. So you got to care about people.
Oh, powerful. This is so true. I mean, people are the ones that are going to come buy your product. They're the ones
That's
that are going to
right.
spend money with your within your
Listen,
organization. So if you want them to come, then you have to
mhm,
care about
you have to
what they
care.
care about. By caring
Hmm.
about them, spending time cultivating that relationship, networking.
Yep,
In other words, if I understand right, it's just a different type of relationship,
that's it. That's
right?
it. It's a good hearted conversation. Networking is a good hearted conversation. Some people, they get get worked up when it comes to sales. I did once before I invested lots of money into realizing that I really have been selling for over 15 years. I had no clue. I was conditioned as an employee because my job wasn't a sales job. But I didn't realize that anytime I gave a presentation, anytime I promoted the status, of
Mm-hmm.
the health status of the project, anytime I had to project a new initiative to an audience of whether they were CEO suite levels, field staff
Mm-hmm.
levels, or
Mm-hmm.
anything in between, right? External customers, it was a sale. While there wasn't a monetary exchange, there was a time transaction, there was an interest transaction,
Mm-hmm.
right? There was a physical transaction. They had to come sign up or they had to come in to the office. They had to do something. There was a next step. And I had to make sure I was delivering the message in a way that would resonate with people so that they can get it. But when I became an entrepreneur, do you know that I had no idea that for over 15 years I had been selling? And I know I'm not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not the only one. I wouldn't be able to have bootstrap dreams if I were the only one.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Very
And
true.
so helping people get clear about who they are, like JP already said, so that you know who you are not, so that you stay in alignment with your mission, so that your message lands with the people that you intend to serve, so they can reap the value of the gift, skills, abilities, and knowledge that you bring. Listen, when you do that, you've got it. You've got business. You've got community. You've got referrals. There's continuity. You can thrive and not just survive in business with continuity.
That's very true. I'm loving your answers because you're not just providing wisdom, but
Yes.
detailed,
Yes.
specific to it, and that's what I call
Oh,
actionable responses, right? Things that
yes.
you hear and you can take action on. You can literally do something with. And that's what we need in today's world. That's
Yes.
what we need in order to grow. And this is all about growing our business, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as business owners, we know that we wear multiple hats. First of all, I want to go ahead and apologize to our listeners and viewers if you hear any growling or anything in the backgrounds because there's like I'm not sure weather is raining hard and, all of that's going on right now. So I apologize if you hear anything like that. That's what we do, but we got to keep going, right?
That's right.
So we wear multiple hats as business owners,
Mm-hmm.
and we do so much that a lot of times that we get lost in the shuffle,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
we don't realize that, oh snap, I've been doing this for so long, even though I
Yeah.
never officially acknowledged that I was doing it. And
Mm-hmm.
so, because I've been doing it without realizing, I wasn't necessarily doing it the right way. Because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
folks will say that, okay, you're saying networking, right? Well, I've been trying to network for years. I've been trying to reach out to people, but I've never truly gotten anything major out of it, anything truly positive, in my definition of positivity. I didn't really get that out of that. Meaning, when I pitch to organizations, and when I
Mm-hmm.
submit project for sponsorships and different things like
Yeah.
that, I'm not getting that return. Or whenever people try to look at everything I'm doing, I feel I am the last
Mm.
that they're hiring. So
Ooh.
what am I missing, even though I've been doing this for over 10 years?
Well, let's talk about that feel. Feelings are not necessarily facts. So you might feel something, and we're not going to negate that. I am here to say we're going to acknowledge that feeling. And once you acknowledge that feeling, now what can you do with it other than wallow, right? What can you do with it? Where would that feeling take you? Who do you need to go to process that feeling further, to filter it out, right? We want to filter our faces. We want to filter we want to filter everything else. Can we filter our feelings to get to the facts so that it serves us well, so that we can serve others well? So when you feel like you have been overlooked, when you feel like you are being left out, when you feel like everything around you is happening but what you want to be happening with you, first pause, do acknowledge how you feel, and then ask yourself, or if you're like me, ask, okay, God, I'm being set apart for something. What is it? What is it? Because you're not meant to do everything that everybody else is doing. There's something about you that NO is a preservation for you. NO is an acronym for next opportunity. If you are being spared from something that you absolutely thought you wanted and you get a no, no doesn't mean never. Certainly must mean not right now. Yet it's sparing you and making you available for what is to come. So the hardest thing about that is often the wait. Yet don't grow weary in waiting, right? Don't grow weary in waiting. I think in my introduction, I mentioned turning my suffering into service. There was a period of
Right.
time where I had to just do for others and do with others something that I did want for myself. But as I served others, guess who I forgot about? And I don't mean it in a negative way, because self care is not luxury, it's responsibility. I didn't lose myself. I forgot about my troubles. It put things in perspective. Because as I was serving somebody else, I said, "Oh, thank you. Oh goodness, I thought I had it bad." Right? Or, "Oh, I thought I was really dealing with something. But this person right here, this person has a need and I can help them. What little I can do, I can help them. It's making a difference." And this is why I want to do what I do. This is why I know I can make a big impact. This is why I can't give up now. Because look at the response that this person is giving. Look at the feedback that this person has said. And it's not taking the glory. It's not getting a big head. It's data. Feedback is data. Constructive feedback and celebratory feedback is data to help you either recognize what you are already doing well so you can continue to do that thing well, be encouraged, right? Faith comes by hearing for those of us who are of faith.
Oh yeah.
Then the other thing is constructive feedback to hold you accountable so that you can take the next best step. Keep going. And when you do it the next time, make sure you or consider, right? Connect with so that it can be even better.
That is amazing. I mean, that is so true what you're saying, right? Feeling is not facts. And those are
Mm-mm.
my notes, right? feelings are not
Feelings.
facts. So understand having a discernment and separating those two things and understand, okay, the way
Mm-hmm.
you feel doesn't necessarily mean that's what happened.
What
And now moving
happened?
forward and also understanding that, okay, we need to be able to be moldable, right? If you've been doing something, let's say for 10 years, and in
Mm-hmm.
10 years, you have not changed the way you're doing it, something's wrong.
Right. Something.
Because the way we've been living has changed 10 years. In 10 years, the way we've
Yeah.
been doing business changed. The way we're
Mm-hmm.
networking changed. The way we're selling ourselves changed. The way we're marketing, branding, everything changed. If you have not changed anything during this 10 years, then something is wrong. Are
What's the
you?
quote?
Go ahead, go ahead, go
There's a
ahead.
quote, JP. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you
But there's
good.
a quote by Jim Ron. It's one of my favorites. It says, if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. Now, when JP's talking about you yourself, because that's the one thing that we can change. The only thing constant is change
Mm-hmm.
on this side of living, right? When you're doing something and you're like, everything around me is changing but me, or everything is happening around me but me. Now ask yourself,
What's the
what's
constant?
what's the constant, right?
Common
What's
denominator.
Yeah, what's the rate? Where's the ratio? Same thing when you're trying new things. Let's say you're like, I am changing, I am evolving. Have you done it enough to see a ratio? Have you done it enough to know? Did you do it once and say, oh, it didn't work because only 3 people showed up? Or did you do it 10 times and say, on average, I'm getting about 15, 20. There's something there. Let me go further. Let me reach out to those 15, 20 that keep showing up and ask them, hey, I got a quick question for you. If you don't mind, just a minute of your time. I just want to know what makes you keep showing up,
Right, right,
right?
right.
What 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 makes you go into the chat and actually interact and engage? What inspires you to do that? Get that data. Get that feedback, qualitative and quantitative. They're both important because all bosses, everybody say, I want to be a boss. Bosses make data driven decisions, not feelings. Now, I'm not saying don't be a machine. We're human, right? You're gonna feel. Let intuition speak into you a little bit. Data driven decisions should drive where you're going. Data should drive the choices that you make. So do it. If you're doing it often enough, you're going to see a ratio. And the ratio is going to say, yes, this is working. There's something there, stick to it. Or the
Right.
ratio is going to say, what are we doing? And why are we doing this?
And also not to be scared, right? Not to be scared
Don't
of
be
the result.
scared.
You know, if your
Mm-mm.
result is determining that what where your heart is not necessarily what your business needs, because those are two
Yeah,
different things. What we need and what
that's
our
right.
business needs are two different needs, right? Our
Yeah,
personal needs is just about us. Our
yeah,
business need has to do with our targeted audience.
that's
So that puts in perspective their need, their
right.
wants, their servicing, and all of that. And as we factor all that in, that changes the equation. And that equation might show you a complete different result, which has nothing to do with what you initially thought. That is fine. But that is how,
Mm,
corporations are spending billions of dollars cultivating that data in order to expand their reach, in order to bring more and increase their sales. And this is how businesses are supposed to increase their sales by
that's right.
understanding the traffic that we're having, right? As small as that traffic is. And that is where it's different because a lot of folks do not understand. They want to compare their traffic to another person,
Yeah,
another business's traffic. No, you do not have the same start date. You do not have the same expiration date. So your traffic is organic to you. Now the question is,
listen.
why do you have that traffic? What did you learn from your traffic? And how can you cultivate your current traffic in order to elevate your current service level and expand
Yeah,
your reach? And that is how your business can grow. I
yeah.
mean, this is amazing because this
Look,
is literally transformative for any business, right, ma'am? I mean, I'm excited.
and when you talk about, okay, so you hit something, and I'm like, ooh, JP is so good, y'all. Y'all already know that. That's why you're here. Yeah, that's why you're here. Listen, you talk about traffic, and then you got to ask yourself the question too. So, is it a traffic issue, or is it a communication issue, or is it, do I even have what the people need? want, so I can give them what they need issue, right? There are three potential issues that you can have as a business.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Mm-hmm.
got to identify the issue so you can get to the root cause of the issue so that you actually can change it the same way you're making transformation for others.
Right.
Sometimes you need to make transformations within your own business, and it doesn't mean that you have to be the one to do it, right? Does a surgeon do his or her own surgery? No, probably not. I mean, unless it's John Wick, I don't know.
Right. Exactly.
Right? Come on. So
Honestly.
you might have to bring in a professional, right, to help you see outside of yourself, because for yourself you may be caught in the weeds, but you can see for other people more objectively. So someone else may need to see more objectively for you. But is your issue, is it a traffic issue? Do you have a large following but no one's converting? Then you don't have a traffic issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
you have a small following but everyone's converting that you can reach, you don't have a sales issue. Right? And then if you have, well, maybe a little bit of nothing, you're trying to figure out why, it can be a combination of issues. Okay, but figure
Right.
out what your issue is so that you can address it. Is it traffic? Is it sales, your messaging? Or are you addressing what you want in business, or are you addressing what people actually want so that you can give them what they need through your business?
See, this is so important at so many levels. And,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times you will hear folks complain and share their hardship, which are, understandable. Those are genuine, real hardship you're facing. And
Yep.
the thing is that in order to get out of the hole you're in, you need to do a certain type of work. And
Yep.
all the levels, all the different layers that TaJuanna is talking about are things that you need to consider in order to see. For example, as a software developer myself, whenever a client
Mm-hmm.
comes to us and say, hey, I'm having this issue, right? What's going on? Well, guess what? We don't know what's going on. But what we say is we will look into it. Looking into it, meaning taking the time to analyze every line of code. What's
Yes.
there? What is it that is crashing? What is wrong with this thing? What does the data
Mm-hmm.
say, right? What
Mm-hmm.
issue do we have? Is it an overload, system overload? Is it a not enough traffic, or are we having the wrong code injected into when people go there, or is the flash that we have? You got to question everything.
Everything.
Not being scared to question everything you have in order to find
Yes.
the root cause of the issue. That is what we're
Yes.
talking about. And as you look at
Mm-hmm.
the root cause of the issue, then you can address it. That's what doctors do, right? When you go to a hospital, they're gonna run so many tests and trying
Yes.
to see what's going on with you because they don't
That's
know
right.
yet. The body
Yep.
is a complex place, right?
It's
And as to
complex.
determine that, now we can address it. So, like you just said, I love what you said, right? You're a surgeon. When you need surgery, do you operate on yourself? No. All right. So that means that you're not scared of bringing in a professional. And
Don't
that
be
goes with
scared.
networking, right? Not be scared and say, oh my God, no, I got this figured out. I have this. No, you don't know it all. And we need to
Right?
step out of this mentality of thinking as entrepreneurs that we know it all or we can figure it
Mm-mm.
all out. The fact that you can figure things out does not make you an expert.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, think about that. Like, you, a professional graphic designer has been using the tool for over 20 years. The fact
Mm-hmm.
that you can buy Photoshop does not give you the same experience that he has, does not make you automatically a professional. And then now, okay, you're also a professional graphic. No, 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 no.
No, no,
That's not
no.
who you are. No, you can dabble, yes, but that is not your strong suit. That is not your
Right.
expertise, which is fine
Yeah.
because the best leaders of the world know their strength, like we were saying earlier, and know their weaknesses. And
That's
do
right.
not hesitate to delegate and bring in help
Mm.
to help them elevate.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So we're
I'm
about to
just
take
like,
a
okay,
break.
where to
We're taking a
let's do
break.
it.
This is the break time because I'm like, yo, they need to take note, breathe a little bit. When we come back, I
Yes.
want us to talk about how do we actually network? How do we approach people? What are we supposed to do to successfully network? And
Hmm.
how can that truly help my business? So, folks, stay with me. We'll be
Stay
right back. Don't
tuned.
go anywhere right after this. I'll be right back.
Hey man, this is DJ Strick, and you're watching Content Creators University with JP Hightek. Man, don't miss a thing. Stay right here.
Yes, yes,
Welcome to the
yes.
show.
Good to be here, man. Good to be here. This is amazing, man. This space you've created, phenomenal, bro. Absolutely
Appreciate it.
phenomenal. I'm excited to be here, man.
Thank you,
Excited.
sir.
Content Creators University, man. Woo! It's
Yes,
good to be here.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the show, Lenita.
What a pleasant surprise. Thank you for the welcome and for the amazing introduction.
Yo, 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 it's your boy Jay Dunn. Look, you are on Content Creator University. You finally made it. It's live right now. So stay right here because it's about to be crazy. Let's go.
Folks, I want to welcome you back if you're just joining us. Well, today we're talking about how you can grow your business rapidly through the power of networking, right? And we've been talking with our guests, phenomenal guests, and a lot of things we're learning, right? TaJuanna Taylor, she is a professional. She's a coach as well. She helps other businesses elevate and understand certain proposition value in order to get out of a certain type of mindset. And that's why she's dropping a lot of knowledge on us today. So if you're new, well, welcome. And if you just got here, again, welcome, right? Let me go ahead and bring our guests back onto the stage. Hey, thanks for standing back there. And I want to thank you for all the knowledge you've been dropping. And I am in love with all the wisdom you're giving us, right? Understanding, the feeling and separating that from the facts and understanding that there is a way to do things and implementation is key. And also not being afraid, to look into the data and paying attention to the data that we have and understanding that the data, the numbers are going to give us a solution. Is not an emotional thing, is a numbers driven thing, right? And having that sober approach to the things that we're doing. I am very, very excited with all this knowledge and I've been taking note. Thank you so much for the value. So now we want to talk about, absolutely. We want to talk about how do we now, right? I don't know how to properly or effectively network, right? What are the things to consider when I really want to network and really get value out of it? How would you tell us to do it, TaJuanna? Give us some ideas, solutions that we can implement today.
All right. So if you encountered me before, you'll know I like acronyms. If you're encountering me for the first time, I like acronyms. Hi. Because for adult learners, particularly, it's easier for us to sustain that information when we can, right, make a repetition out of it. It's just like a habit, right? Just like a habit. So how to network, there were three C's, but I recently popped in a fourth C because I am learning and I'm encountering more people who are elevating their digital presence, right? Either they had one but never really used it because as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we don't just use social media for consumption. We use it as a tool. And we already talked about how we have to show up a bit differently. That doesn't mean be a chameleon. We're just saying how we have to show up, right, a bit differently on how we function online. So I popped in a fourth C, and this is what they are. How to network is what we're talking about. The first C is to connect. Connect. What does that mean? Well, it's different for people. Some people might be good at private messaging, right? Send a nice, quick, concise, hey, how you doing? I saw what you had going on your page. I really like the
Right.
post that you made about X, Y, and Z. Would love
Mm-hmm.
to learn more about you. You know, ask a question, and that will invite conversation. Now, granted, personalities, right? Navigating people, not everybody's going to respond the same way. Some people are going to be like, what do you want? Some people are going to totally ignore you,
Mm-hmm.
just like in
True.
real
True.
life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people will say, wow, thank you so much for reaching out. I appreciate what you shared. Yes, I am Tawana Taylor and yada, yada, yada. Please
Mm-hmm.
do tell me more about you and what made you interested to reach out, right? Like, let me know how to meet you where you are, kind of the thing.
Right.
Connect, pick up the phone. If you're a conversational person, you like to converse, pick up the phone, go in person, all things considered, and you feel comfortable and, you know, we're in this kind of place in the world right now where everything can't be done in person or it doesn't prefer to be done in person, but have the conversation. But before you can converse, you have to first connect with people. And what did
Mm-hmm.
we talk about earlier? In order to connect with people, who do you have to care about? Put it in the chat wherever you are watching this. You have to care about them. Find at
Mm-hmm.
least one thing about them that will pique their attention, because it shows you paid attention to them. You didn't just come up on them with what's important to you. So connect first. The second C is converse. Some of you don't have problems with connecting. You can connect with people all day. You are a conduit. Now you want to converse. Now remember, conversation is reciprocal. Take, give,
Mm-hmm.
take. Or I like to say give, receive, right? It's reciprocal. So you share something, allow room for them to share something. It's a conversation. So converse about that thing that you all connected with. Ask questions in the conversation so that it could lead to whatever's next, right? Whatever opportunity you feel is next or that they want to present to you, so you can make an informed decision. The third C is to celebrate. Now, some people think celebrations come at the end. I say, if you're waiting to the end to celebrate, just think if you're building something big. Let's say you're working on a 3-year project. Are you going to wait until the end of the third year when it's
Yeah.
done
No.
to celebrate? Are you serious?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
If you've been waiting to celebrate, I would like to grant you the opportunity today to celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your work, celebrate your connections, celebrate your family, your friends, celebrate your faith. Whatever is important to you, start now. Celebrate small wins, and strong friends lead to big victories. You don't have to wait to the big accomplishment, because without that
Mm-hmm.
small step, there is no big finish. Celebrate with you, celebrate with the person who's connecting with you. Again, it goes back to that acknowledgement, who they are, what they have going on, how you all are in alignment.
Mm-hmm.
That then leads you to collaboration. Oh, come on, somebody. If you hear
Yep.
collaboration, that's the fourth C. Put it in the chat. Collaboration. You
Mm.
do not have to own every single opportunity for you to make an impact, for you to give value, for
Mm-hmm.
you to help someone else bring or share their value, right? When JP reached out to me about being here with you all today, I didn't go say, oh, JP wants to talk to me because I'm so great. No, no, no. Now, I do think I'm a great person. I'm a human. I'm imperfect, just like everyone. I have junk. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
I've got
Mm-hmm.
junk, right? I'm a work in progress like everyone else. Yet, when he connected, we held a conversation, right? We
Mm-hmm.
celebrated some things. We acknowledged what each of us are doing and celebrated. And then the opportunity came for us to collaborate. And because we were each receptive to that, we're here right now having this conversation with you all. That's how you network. That's how you network. Networking is also being so committed and so confident with you and what you have been established to do or ordained to do or what you set out to do. It's referring others when the solution is not you.
Hmm. Oh, ooh, you have
Okay.
to say that again.
Can I, referring others when the solution is not you. Yes, I am a business consultant. I am a business coach. I specialize in building teams and project management, right? Getting things done. I love everything about that. If you come to me and ask me to help you build your personal brand, I'm going to say, I understand. Do you know JP?
Right.
I'm not a personal brand strategist. Okay. Listen, there are so many things that we can do so much greater if we will allow other people to help us get there and if we will be committed to helping other people get where they're going. It does not take anything from you. It does not steal any shine. It does not dim you down. It does not push you back. What's yours is yours. What you do, you do. We're like genres of music. There's
Right.
more than
Right.
enough. There's more than enough people to listen, to tune in, to share a song, to send a message. You have significant value. So don't be afraid to collaborate, and don't be afraid that in the midst of collaboration, if there's someone else that can do that thing more significantly or more in alignment because it's not your lane per se, bring bring another resource in so the person can get the greater benefit. And then how much more do you think that relationship between you and them is going to mean? How much stronger is it going to get because you were confident and you wanted them to have the absolute best experience? It wasn't just transactional with you, it was about the relationship. And so those are the ways that you can network: connect, converse, celebrate, collaborate.
Fantastic. I
Start there.
mean, this is how you build a legacy, folks. This is how you build a successful business if
Yes.
we establish our values, our business
Yeah.
values on
Mm-hmm.
this type
Mm-hmm.
of things, right? Understanding that we have to connect always.
Yep.
Once you connect, then you just started a conversation. So you got to be able to
Mm-hmm.
have a conversation about it, right? This is
Yes.
amazing. While you're having your conversation and building everything going on, take a pause and celebrate your wins, right? Because
Celebrate them.
projects might take a certain long time. Celebrate your wins and then learn to collaborate with other, right? Outsource your weaknesses, right? Bring in some other folks that will make you look better, will make you
Yeah.
look stronger, will solidify if you have a company, for example, and then there are some places where you're vulnerable, right? Your vulnerability gotta be strengthened by somebody else. Say, okay, in your software, you have these issues. We can help solidify those things, and from there, you look stronger, right? You look
Yes.
better, and who's gonna feel more secure? The client.
Can I share something real quick?
Yeah,
You just
sure.
you just brought something to my attention, right? So we think about being vulnerable, and you might hear my daughter singing in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but
No worries.
if talk about being vulnerable. So, a part of my business I shared is helping people, helping business owners, particularly the solopreneurs. Those are the ones who reach out to me the most. Those are the ones who get referred to me the most. Hire virtual assistants because they realize either they're booked, busy, and broke, or they are burned out and becoming resentful with entrepreneurship because they are doing it all themselves. When it comes to networking, there is another community I'd love to give a shout out. It's not a competing entity at all, but it's the Parentpreneur Foundation. Parentpreneur Foundation by James Oliver. Oh my gosh, listen, it's a nonprofit. Get this, it's a nonprofit, and his whole mission is to help Black parents who are also entrepreneurs excel. He raises capital because he's a tech guy, right? He's in capital, venture capital, softwares, apps. He raises capital to pour it back in the community and gives the community members grants to do a variety of things.
Fantastic.
Here's where the story's going. Back in March of 2021, I said, you know what? I know better. I've been a project consultant now for over 15 years. Why in the world am I trying to do all of this myself? I know better. I know
Right.
better. We were doing full-time virtual kindergarten,
Oh
running a
boy.
full-time business, right? Single parent by way of divorce. I'm very
Yo.
transparent with my story. Girl, stop. And I had to say, while I'm not exactly where I want to be, it's going to cost me too much to not invest in me, to not grant another person an opportunity for us to succeed. So I started the journey of hiring a virtual assistant. When I started the journey of hiring a virtual assistant, then people started seeing the shift. TaJuanna, how in the world are you? I noticed something different about your social media. I noticed something different about how many podcast interviews you're doing. I noticed something different about, and I was like, oh, thank you. But it's not just me. It's not just me. Her name is Camille, and she's awesome. Right? And nope, that's not my alter ego. She is a whole person. And
Right.
then it was like, well, can you help me do it? Can you help me? I need help in my business. Can you help me? Can you help me? Fast forward. At the time of this recording, it was August, right? August, networking, answering people's real questions, not just in the DMs, not just because they paid me, going into communities, answering people's real questions when they make a post because they're a real business person, they're a real business owner, real person, they need help. Answering questions, sharing the value, sharing what's happening in my life and in my business. The founder came to me and said, hey, I got a grant coming up. I want to sponsor 5 virtual assistants again. I did this last year. I want to do it again this year, and I'd like to do it with your business. Can you share some more information? I don't have a website for that part of my service. I don't have an email list for that part of my service.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
have any of the things that, right, they say you must have to be successful. For that part of the service, I don't. It just happened. And I said, you know what? Before I invest, because I learned some lessons are very expensive, y'all. And I learned before I invest into making this part of my business a brand or an entity and all that stuff in and of itself, let me do this thing often enough and so I can see the ratio to decide, is this something that just happened to work a couple times because, I don't know, maybe the people knew me?
Right.
Or do I really have something here that's not just opportunistic, but that is serving, that is delivering? Well, from March 2021 to present time, we've had over 13 entrepreneurs hire over 16 virtual assistants. We've got about 6 people in the pipeline who are waiting for virtual assistants to be referred to them, so they haven't yet hired. And I just received a grant that is fully sponsoring 5 virtual assistants for 5 business owners for 3 months. Networking, right? Connecting, conversing, celebrating, collaborating.
Collaborating. Yep.
So you can start anywhere. I say that to say, don't think because you don't have something that you can't do. Work with what's in your hand right now. Do what you can do at the level in which you can deliver it right now. That's what counts. Not what you don't have, not what you left behind. You don't need anything you left behind. You need everything that's with you right now to position you for your future self, to position you for going forward. Start now.
Start now. Fantastic. Thank you so much. And we're about to close with this comment that I'm loving from Dr. Elo, collaboration. He said equals growth. Some people think that by collaborating with others in your same or similar niche holds you back. On the contrary, it helps you grow as a professional and as a person. Fantastic.
Right.
Fantastic. That is so true, Dr. Elo. Thank you. Thanks to Angelica Prather, Steve Worthy, every single person in the comment section, Don Howard,
Creed.
First Lady Creed. Thank you guys for being in the comment section and interacting. We love it. We just love it. Thanks again, Steve. Outstanding. He said, outstanding conversation. Well done. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. And that's what we do here. And I want to thank you again, TaJuanna, for the knowledge. You've dropped a lot on us today. We have to go back and hit the replay. So if you're listening to this, you want to watch it, hop on YouTube, right? It's happening on youtube.com/JP Hightek Reviews. It's JP HIGHTK Reviews. Come and check it out. This is fantastic. Now, I want to ask you to please don't go anywhere. Stay behind stage, TaJuanna. As I close with the team, I'll be right with you. Thank you so much. All right, folks, this is it. As you see, fantastic things that we're getting. You know, the knowledge is just outstanding. I mean, I've taken so many notes, and if you didn't get anything actionable out of today, you got to go back and hit the replay, because there's way too much that you can even segment into one little paragraph. I mean, thank you. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being on the live stream. If you appreciate this type of videos, go ahead and like, subscribe, share this with a friend or somebody that's looking at how to elevate their business and grow rapidly through the power of networking. This is what we do. And we'll see you again right here tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we'll be back here with Dr. Elo. And we're talking about how to create, podcasts using broadcast software. Fantastic things happening. So I'll see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be safe, like I always say. Shalom. Bye-bye, folks.